Robot trigger systems deactivated. Hello.
Did
Welcome.
that
Chaos
work?
Crew member Clonate.
Did the transfer work? Somebody tell me the transfer worked. Is everyone? Did you guys have to switch pages or what happened? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Hello.
Did you guys have to switch
Welcome. Chaos Crew
you have to
member
switch,
Rene 4440.
or what happened? Hold on, let me. Okay. Good. Just new stream, old one shut down. Oh, swap streams. Oh crap. Okay, hold on.
Hello. Welcome. Chaos Crew member General Bunnis Skunk.
The whole new stream. Ah, the stream ended? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yep, swapping streams. Okay, so I need a continuation. So YouTube doesn't handle that well. Got that. I think it was actually OBS that didn't handle it well. And not just the stream. Maybe, possibly. I hope. It's fine. We will sort this out in just a second. Don't even stress about it.
Hello. Welcome. Chaos Crew member Bunny_.
Okay. Don't worry, we're just gonna. Oh. Okay, that's working.
Hello. Welcome. Chaos Crew member Advtech.
Okay, we're gonna do that. Don't worry, guys. Everything all right. Everything gonna be okay. Everything gonna be no problem, okay? Okay. Be cool, everybody. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Here, distraction.
Hello. Welcome. Chaos Crew member Mason.
There we go. But yeah, hi guys. Welcome back to the stream. Sorry about that. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, how's it going? I got some things to take care of today. We have a lot to do today. But first, let me cover up the systems over here. Okay. But yeah, hello guys. Welcome to today's stream. we have a couple of things we have to work on. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Put away that OnlyFans, not the OnlyFans material. Okay, so welcome back to the stream, guys. I know I gotta fix some. I'm working through things. Okay, I'm working through things.
Hello.
I barely even
Welcome.
made it home.
Chaos Crew member Alex_2Pi.
Hey, Alex. Okay, how's that? Less yellowy. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Hello, guys. Whew, we have some things to go over. Now, on my little IRL trip down memory lane, we had a lot of things happen. So on Friday, show those guns. You want the gun show? You know what? You guys have earned it. I missed Friday's stream, so this is for Friday. Good. Good. Bah! Do it. Okay. Now enough of me being a WHORE on this stream. Anyways, Friday stream, guys. Friday stream. So sorry that I missed stream, guys. Something very important had to come up, and we actually had to work with the police. Yeah, I know. Super exciting news. Getting to work with the police now and trying to help bridge the gap.
Chaos crew member Abel Still
Between law enforcement and normal people, trying to bridge the gap between the two using Eevee somehow. How's dad? My dad has been doing very, very well. My dad has been doing wonderful, in fact. Yeah, I just saw him over the weekend.
Chaos crew member Sunshine Shadow.
I saw him over the weekend for Chinese New Year, and he's doing wonderful. Well, Ken, you packed up. Somebody gotta carry all this shit around. Somebody gotta do this. Is he back home again? Yep, he's back home. He's doing well. He's happy. He had a great New Year's. I had a lot of food, and yeah, now we're back in business. But before I continue on, guys, let me say hi to literally everyone. Sunshine Shadow, how's it going? Klon Twitch, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Good to see you guys again. Josh Lopez, how's it going? Working now. It was great, as long as it's working now. Klon, how's it going? Advanced Tech, hello. Renee, good to see you again. Barn Bunny, hello, how's it going? Matt, how you doing? Oh my goodness, I've missed you guys. It feels like time is going by so fast, and I haven't been able to just like hang out with people. You know what I mean? I haven't been able to hang out with anyone. Jessica had to swap streams. God, okay.
Hello.
I will figure out
Chaos crew member Boxy Smile.
I will figure out the transfer system. That'll be the next thing we work on too. General Bunny Skunk, how's it going? Meow. Bunny K, how's it going? Let's see, we got everyone in here. Yeah, Mason, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you again. Mr. Ukes, how's it going? Another refresh. We'll fix it eventually. One day at a time, every time we try. Alex Tupai, how's it going? The only engineers, not the only engineers, please. Oh my goodness. Abel Strum, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Karma Hara, how's it going? Welcome back. Storm of Shadows, how's it going? Welcome everybody. So good to see you guys again. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, itinerary. Foxy Loxy, how's it going? Itinerary. I have a project I need you to look at some point at Advanced Tech. Absolutely. As soon as everything calms down, we will I'll have some time. I don't know what happened, but it's still on the other stream. Oh, Martin, sorry. Yeah, the transfer system still needs work. So it needs to transfer from my phone, maintain the broadcast, and then simultaneously start it on OBS.
Chaos
Something I will
Storm of Shadows.
I will figure out as I go. Josh Lopez, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Are you calling me an elephant? Are you calling me Elephantus Stompicus? Are you calling me the natural word for Giganticus Ericus? You forget too much to eat an elephant. Yeah, see, that's a secret. I am an elephant, and I never forget. Yes.
Hello. Welcome. Chaos crew member Martin Pantera.
But thank you so much, Josh Lopez, for the $5. But yeah, guys, here's our itinerary today. Itinerary step number 1. Okay, we need to figure out. Oh shit, I forgot. Wait. I forgot. Wait, one sec. It's our quote for when things are tough. Gotta take it one step at a time. I really do like that quote a lot, by the way. I'm gonna be using it a lot. It's okay. You know what? So about you being an elephant, yeah. I'm like an ocean. I'm like an ocean, like full of elephants. That's what I am. I'm like like if you ever go to like if you ever go to like a pho place, like a pho restaurant, and you have like all the noodles in there, and like sometimes you have like a little like floating piece of meat, like the little like the meatballs that are like cut in half, but the floating meatball that if you squint, it kind of looks like the back of an elephant. That's me. I am the meatball elephant in the pho broth. That's me. yeah. They'll be replaying that on stream for a couple of weeks just to figure out what the heck I just said there. But anyways, I forgot there was 3 things I needed to talk about today. But I can't remember the first one. Elephant. Second one, like I said, working with the police now. So one of the things that we need to start thinking about now is how to interface between people, not just from machine to person, for instance. So we need a way to interface between people. I'm hoping, and with the feedback I got from the police, that I'm hoping that we could use Eevee as a way to bridge that fear gap between law enforcement and people trying to help you, and people who have a little bit of a stigma, a bit of fear of law enforcement. And from the officers I talked to on Friday, and again, I'm sorry for that. They didn't want to be on stream, and I didn't want to push an officer to be on stream because they've already taken the time out to help me. So I was like, you know what? We'll figure it off stream. It's fine. But this is what happened. They told me about issues involving them and other people. And I'm not sure if it's a trend or like a craze, or maybe it's just all the Karens out there who are just a little bit, like they're at like a 10 and you need to be like an 8, you know what I mean? Like, I think that there's an issue, and by the looks of the sounds of all their stories, there are so many instances where there's mistrust between people, right? When officers come to your building, sometimes some of the first things you ask for are like, what's your name, officer? What's your badge number? Like, these have been more commonplace in our day-to-day life, and it makes it more difficult for people to get the help they need. It makes it more difficult for officers to de-escalate the situation or to build trust within a community. Because at the end of the day, police officers they're a system. They're a system in place to help us work our way through life. Like try to figure out all these little things, right? And the truth is, without police officers, our society would not function. We wouldn't have any peace, any security, anything of the works. Even though, yes, there are corrupt cops, yes, there are bad eggs in the bunch, and I do think like the system as a whole has a lot of things in it that need a serious rework, an update, if you will. But I think there are good eggs out there trying to help, and I think they get caught up in a lot of bad situations with people who are very distrusting. And so I was hoping to make a system that could allow officers to, like, in a way, introduce themselves without having to have conflict. I was hoping for a way for, like, an example is like, say everyone has like a smart doorbell system, right? We integrate Eevee into a smart doorbell system, and she can analyze the police officers in front of you. Say if a police officer is at your door, right? And then she can analyze, like their face, their badge numbers, their whatever their identification is, and then provide that to people, right? As a public defendant, as a public servant for the security and the safety of everyone in the public, all that information should be available, right? That information, and for many great cops out there, many people who work as a police officer, they're more than happy to give that out to people, because, well, they're working in the public, right? But it becomes increasingly difficult for them to do their job when people are harassing them, not obeying the laws, or resisting, or they have some sort of like confrontational attitude towards them. It makes it hard to communicate, right? Just like an argument, you can't communicate with someone when they're at like a 10. You need to get them down to like a 7. And just like the presence of police already brings people up to like a 9. Like people like escalate really, really quickly just with their presence, right? But I think the solution to all this is to create something with a little bit more transparency, right? It's easier for you to listen and accept help from someone that you know, right? It's easier for you to accept help from someone where you have a little bit of information about who they are. Not just who they are, but like, in the case of a police officer, like you have their badge number, you have their name, right? That they're working in the city, that they're officials. They're not like people masquerading as a police, right? If something happens to you, you know that you have someone, like a name to put the situation to, right? You're not just a person. You're not just dealing with a random drone, if you will, right? So I think having that information, I hope, will put people at from a 9 to like a 7. And when they're at a 7, they're more receptive to working out the problem. They're more receptive to help. And when they're more receptive at trying to de-escalate the situation as a whole. So that's one of the things I wanted to work with. So the cops, the police officers, by the way, George and Andy, you guys are awesome. You guys are rock stars. Thank you so much for helping me. They had their chance to air out some grievances, and it's one of those things where they want to help, but at the same time they can't just be like, it's hard, right? Everyone has like a problem, right? So that's where like we kind of came up with this deal. Like even like officers, when they're on the scene, dispatch knows exactly who's gone where and where people are, which officers are on the scene, right? So even having access to that kind of information can help people be like, I feel a little bit more secure, feel a little bit more safe with police presence. Just because a lot of times when bad shit happens with the police, unfortunately, many bad officers are not held accountable for their actions. I'll be the first to say that too. Like a lot of times they need to be, they're not held accountable for their actions, right?
Welcome.
They get a
Chaos crew member, Lino.
They get a slap in the wrist, and this is where the animosity comes from. This is where a lot of the negative feelings in the community come from, right? And I'm hoping that we can find some sort of balance point, and this system might be it, where like if you have a problem, right, and say like police officers arrive at your place and you're like freaking out, you don't know what to do, and something bad happens, a situation occurs, an accident occurs, something happens, who do you turn to? What kind of information do you have access to, right? Were you able to ask the police their name, their badge number, all these things during the incident? Most likely not, because not many of us, we don't think about these things when we're in the moment, but after the moment we're like, oh crap, I should have got that. Oh crap, I should have gotten like that information, because now I'm stuck and I have no means to do anything, right? But yeah, in a perfect world, and maybe the system can help it, let's just say you had an incident and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, like I need like I need the information on like who the officers were at the time of the scene, right? Who were there? And what happened? What did they do? Like, these things empower you so that you don't have to worry. And I think one of the biggest causes of escalation and people panicking and resisting and freaking out is when people feel powerless, when people feel like they have no power in a situation, right? But information is key. Information is power. And when you know that you're going to be okay, and you know things like, you know, like you kind of have like an avenue to go down. Even like Josh just said it right there, lawyers, right? Like when you know you have like lawyers helping you and like on your side, you're less likely to go crazy and do something
Hello.
wild.
Welcome, Chaos Crew member
You know?
Josh Lopez.
You're less likely to go crazy and be wild and do something against you, and you're more willing to, you know, like comply for now and then sort things out afterwards. So these are kind of the things that I got a chance to talk to on Friday, and it was really great talking to them. They literally just chilling on my couch, and we were just kind of just talking over. We're just talking over coffee about some of the hardships that they've seen and some of the things that have been troubling them, and I was so taken away by the fact that this was a problem. You know, like as someone who's very compliant, you know, I'm compliant. Okay. Like you go to like an engineering convention and I'm sitting there and I will follow the rules to a T. Like if you tell me to sit down, I sit down. I'm a very compliant person, you know? But, yeah, I kind of got taken back to hear that these are all the issues that they face. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Engineers following regulations and protocols. What? Yeah, when the protocols are not written by me, I follow them. When the regulations are not self-imposed, I follow them. Oh. But yeah, that's what happened on Friday. So that's something we will be working with. But today we will be building an automatic curtain opener. Yeah, it is now officially Makers Monday. I don't know if this term was coined already, but I'm making Makers Monday. And on Mondays, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna build shit. We're literally just going to solve minor problems with complex solutions. Okay, we're going to address little things in my life, little problems, little upgrades I've always wanted to do, right? And we're gonna try to prototype, design, print, and build these things. And I'll give you guys the designs as well, so if people want to like follow this as a tutorial later on down the line, you could. But we're gonna try to problem solve, and we're gonna try to make my curtains automatic. But yeah, let me read some comments real quick. Here. You kind of look like the back of an elephant. Me? The back of an elephant? They got some. Oh my god, I've never eaten an elephant before. Wonder what an elephant tastes like. Would an elephant taste good? Maybe not. I don't think so. What would an elephant taste like? Something. Animal crackers? Not the animal crackers. ACAB. All cops are bastards. The corruption is more noticeable due to us being able to record them and catch and share it. Yeah, I think that's another thing too, Matt. Like in a digital age now, record everything. You know, whenever incidents happen, I just turn on my phone and start recording. It's just like, unfortunately, that's just the world we live in, where you need some sort of proof, you need some sort of evidence to back yourself up, right? To protect yourself. Hey, Massacre Stars, how's it going? Even when you're a good cop, you're surrounded by a pack of hyenas that won't hesitate to eat you alive the moment you try to do what's right. Yeah, I think it's about accountability. You know, It's about accountability. One of the things in school that I used to do, and this, you guys, if you're in school right now and you're struggling with like group projects, try this. Okay, try this. This is one of those things where like it changed the way I saw working in collaborations with people. Okay, so there's, you know, like school projects. Every time you have a school project, there are a couple of key individuals. Like everyone's got like a theme, essentially. You've got the leader of the group, the one who's like organizing and trying to plan everything, right? You got the one guy who's there trying to support everything, but not doing a whole lot of work. But he's there. They're there to, you know, like they're there as like a team member, team player, right? And then you get the stress ball, the stressor, who's literally gonna put the entire paper, the entire research project on their backs and grind it out if that's what it takes. And then you have the fourth type of person, the slacker, the guy who's cutting corners, the guy who is late to every meeting or doesn't even show up, and the guy who literally is the mooch of the group. The mooch of the group. Yeah, I've seen them all. I've seen them all. Now, back in university, pause for a second. Back in university, I had this huge year-end project, okay? We were doing what's called a Rube Goldberg machine. And I had this slacker on my team. And he didn't do anything. Nothing at all. And he was riding his way to a solid B plus A minus, because that's the world I live in, okay? I'm not an A pluser. I'm not even an A. I'm like a A minus at best. B plus on my semi best. I'm like a solid B and a half. You know what I mean? And this guy was a mooch, okay? Didn't do jack all. So what I did, and the rest of my team did, was when we made this Rube Goldberg machine, we encrypted it with a whole bunch of different things. I know. We encrypted it with a whole bunch of different things. And that way we could figure out who did what. You know, like Google Drive, they have like the shared documents and stuff, right? This mooch wouldn't do the work, but he would go in and he would rearrange. He would copy and paste parts of the work and move things around to make it seem like he was doing work, but he really didn't do anything. So we encrypted all of our stuff. Here's the crazy part. Okay. This guy was a serial mooch. And what do I mean by a serial mooch? This guy, in every project, he was known as the mooch. Okay? And he would be so sneaky and never get caught. He would be the mooch in every group. And whenever someone got him, they knew they would be a person down. So here's what we did. Everyone had a specific indicator assigned to them. Okay? Because we needed evidence. You need evidence to support your claim, right? Okay? We need evidence to support our claim. Because when we went to our professors and we told him what was happening, he would always get away with being a mooch. Anyways, so this is what we did. Every time we did a document, every time we would have like some sort of like Google Docs where we like collaborate on something, we would always put little things in there. We would always hide like an extra space somewhere behind certain words, right? We would always hide certain things that the spell check would obviously pick it up, but we hid specific things in all of our pieces of work. and we made notes of it. We were like, hey, I did a space here, but the font is actually not a size 12 font, it's actually a size 11 font space. Right? So to the naked eye, when you look at it, you're like, oh, there's a single space there, but the font size is different. So, to the naked eye, you'd be like, it would look completely normal, but you would know that behind like every specific word, like and or the or whatever, you would have a specific space. Right? So here's what had happened. We finally wrote up our entire research project, and we gave it to our professor, and we were like, hey, like these are the 3 names, these are the people that worked on this, and here is our portions. And we're like, but this guy didn't do anything. And we're like, yeah, okay. We presented it to the professor, and then we're like, we did all the work, he did nothing. And he said, do you guys have any proof? And we're like, yes, we do. And then we asked him, we all looked at him, we're like, so, like, we agreed at the beginning of the project, and obviously he agreed to this because we all have like little like a signature thing where we're like, we signed, we agreed to the group's rules, if you will. It was part of the group's rules. We agreed to have these little things in our projects. So I would always have like a smaller like 8 font space after the word the. Like I'd have these little things. And his was after the word we. Yeah, his was after the word we. And we went through all these things, and we went through all these rules, and this guy was like, oh yeah, like, oh, I didn't know that was part of the project. I didn't know it was that. But he kept going back and forth between everything he was saying, right?
Chaos crew member, massacre starts.
Oh my goodness. This guy was like, oh, it was just like one of those things where like I watched him lie through his teeth to try to mooch his way out of this. I was like, this bastard was lying through his teeth. He's like, oh yeah, like I did it, and somebody else like must have cleared my markers and etc. My school took plagiarism pretty seriously because plagiarism was a big deal back then, right? Nowadays it's like ChatGPT and everything else. But yeah, he had 0 markers, and he had 0 proof, and we had all this proof against him. And finally, after like years, this is like my 3rd year in engineering, by the way. So like I've seen this mooch guy for like years. After years of watching this bastard mooch off of so many
Chaos
projects,
crew member,
we
Neil
finally nailed him.
1138.
We finally nailed him. Yeah. And get this. This is the part where it's like, this isn't the end of the story, guys. This thing evolved. This marker system evolved because here's where it gets really, really interesting. This mooch wasn't just a mooch. And by the way, at the end of the day, this guy actually was kicked out of engineering. He was like removed from the program. So there is an end to this. This guy was so bad, in fact, he didn't just mooch off of like essays and projects and stuff. This guy mooched off of everybody. Every last person. Assignments, answers, quizzes. This guy mooched off of so many people, and he sold it. Let me tell you about how we got this guy finally kicked out of the program. Not only did he lose out on the points for that one project with us, we finally caught him, and we used the same method. So here's where it gets a little crazy, guys. And don't do this at work, but if you got like someone in your class, okay, if you got with someone in your workplace and you want to figure out if they've been like leaking information or if they've been like giving away things or presenting something that's not theirs, here's what you do. Okay, this is the secret here. So on my final year, Okay. On my final year, what happens is, well, not the final year, but my final year, not the final year, but my final year of engineering, right? This is huge project, and you have to design and create and do all the research for whatever you're designing, right? You have to build this. It's like what's it called? It's like it's like a fair. What is it? It's like a science fair. Thank you. It's like a science fair. So you have to like build this giant like trifold thing, and you have to like make this giant presentation about stuff, right? And you're supposed to go out into the real world, and you're supposed to collect information. You're supposed to collect research. And one of the things that we're supposed to do is we're actually supposed to trade with other people for research. We're supposed to take our research, right, and essentially use it as a bartering tool to trade for other people's research. It was allowed. It was allowed. Okay. So here's what had happened. Some of my research was given to everyone. And not just given to everyone. Some of those people bought my research. And not even just my research, but some of my friends. And we were thinking, how did they get our research? Like how did all of a sudden a quarter of the class had access to our research? Very strange indeed. And I had an inkling. I was like, it must have been the mooch. It must have been this guy. And no one was saying anything, right? I was like, it must have been this guy taking our research and freaking pawning it off or selling it off to other teams. And this is a competition, by the way. It's a science fair. It's a competition. I was like, this bastard must be taking our shit and selling it off for whatever the hell he wants. But I had no proof. So I had to get proof. And so I went back to the tried and true method. And you would think that this guy would be like smarter once something like this happened to him, right? Once he got caught the first time, you'd think he gets smarter. No, he didn't. Anyways, so here's what we did. And we traded all of our information via email. Okay. We traded our information via email. So when we technically traded information, we sent out emails to all the other members of the people who wanted the information. Right? Except we never sent him the exact identical copy. In fact, every person we sent our packages to, we had a small identifier in their emails. We had a tiny little identifier, and we went back to the tried and true method of like the different font size spaces, because you can't tell it's different. The auto detect doesn't pick it up or anything, right? So each and every person we would send information out to, we would have like an encoded package for them, essentially. And this is where it gets good, guys. So for this person, for the mooch, if you will, we kept like giving him information. We kept sending him information. We kept trading with him. And we're like, yeah, this is confidential. You can't resell it. You can't do anything about it. And he's like, yep, like that's fine. It's going to stay with me, etc., etc. Only like 4 days later, literally 4 days later, I was like, oh, there it is. There's our research being sent out again. There's our research publicly sent out again. Someone had sold it again. Except this time I had proof. So finally, I brought it up to my professor. I was like, hey, like we have this person. He's like, he's not following the rules of the competition, right? And he's like, do you have proof? I'm like, yes, this was the leaked information. This was the leaked email that we got from other people. Because now it's public, right? They literally put it on the public domain. It's on the university, they have like a database system. It's I forgot what it's called. It's like what was it called? Anyways, it's essentially a place where like your TAs and stuff could post things and you could post things. It's like a big workshop area that's online. Anyways, we downloaded the leaked information and we're like, yeah, these are the markers that we put into this person's emails for his package. And we cross-referenced it with the emails that we sent specifically just to him. And they were a match. I know, right? This is one of my like Sherlock Holmes moments where I was sitting there, guys. I had the little like the curly cigar, and I was like, elementary, dear Watson. I had caught this guy by the balls. I had his life in my hands. I had his life in my hands. It was the most satisfying moment because when the prof brought him in and I was standing there, I stood back and I was like, right there, balls in my hand. I had all of the power, and I watched him squirm and struggle to come up with some sort of excuse. And there were many excuses. You know, he's like, I got it from my friend who got it before me, etc., etc. Double-fisted ball. I cradled. I just had it. I had him. Finally, after 3 years of this guy being an absolute mooch, I finally got him, guys. And like, I know I dropped out of engineering, but out of all the things I've ever done in university, this was my moment. You know, it wasn't graduating. It wasn't, you know, like getting a degree. It wasn't doing anything of the sort. It was solving a mystery. I had saved generations of students from the mooch. So take that if you will. If you are, you know, like working or, you know, studying or doing whatever, and you're in school and you have a problem with a mooch, encode everything. Hide little secret things in there. Like, use this weapon, if you will. I now give these to you guys willingly. Okay, you take this and you use it as you will. He firmly grasped him. Yeah, and let me tell you, whether it be a man or a woman, when you have those balls in your hand, it is it is one of the most satisfying moments you could ever feel. Sorry, I went on a tangent. But yeah, anyways, that's yeah. How did we get to this moment again? How did we get to this story again? Forgot. Anyways, let's make a curtain opening machine. Let's and if you guys, if this ever happens to you guys, I need to hear stories. I don't know, but I'm wheezing. I know it was. I watched as his spirit left his body. I got the satisfaction of being in the room. It was delicious. Revenge may be a dish best served cold, but I like mine beef juicy, medium rare. No, Sam proof. Women balls in hand equals satisfying. Got it. You know, you never know. And we're back to the double-fisted ball holders. Yes, it's just, you know, yeah, just satisfying. Is this really bright for you guys? Hold on, let me adjust this. A little bit too bright. Okay, now a little bit too red. Hold on. Okay. Sweet justice. Getting to witness someone's life crumble in front of you. Okay, I mean, I say this because I'm happy about it, but you gotta understand, this guy deserved it. This guy deserved. He did not deserve to be there. I have no idea. I have no idea how this man survived years of moochery. Years of moochery. Years. Okay, I'll even tell you guys about another story. So my friend, who will not be named, my friend, God bless her. So what had happened was during first year engineering, right? Things got really, really bad. It got so bad, in fact, that my friend,
Hello.
God bless her soul,
Chaos Crew member, Matt.efxart.
We partied really, really hard. Okay? We partied really, really hard. And she ended up making out with one of our TAs. she ended up having a too much of a party with one of our TAs, right? And one of the it became a situationship, but we were desperate. Okay, we were on death row. Okay, I was staring down the face of a D grade. I was in the trenches. I partied hard, by the way, and we will come back to this. Someone remind this to me because I'm spilling some tea today. But someone remind me about Period Girl. Come back to that in a second. Okay? Anyways, my friend, she got so drunk and so hammered. She ended up having a situationship with one of our TAs. And you know, like a TA is just like a teacher's assistant, if you will. So she had a situationship. And we were on the brink of failing. Okay? We were on the brink of failing. And she made the bold move to go back to this TA and ask for a copy of last year's exam. A very simple request, if you will, you know, a very simple request. She had a very awkward conversation with this TA. Have a good night, Mr. Ukes. And she told us in great detail, in very great detail, about the horrors that she heard that day. And God bless her. God bless her for going back in there, sacrificing her pride, her dignity to go back to the TA. God bless her. She got the quiz. All right, but she had to go through a bunch of traumatic things. I'm talking like we were at a bar, right? And they were sitting there, right? And the TA was crying. He was crying to her. He had divulged a lot of information. He was crying to her at the bar, and she was stuck there consoling him the entire night. Yeah. And get this, it gets worse for her. Oh, I hope you'll forgive me for spilling this tea. You probably be moved on, okay? If you're watching this and you know who it is, you can contact me afterwards, okay? I'm sure you've moved on.
Engineer. We have an incoming raid from Not Set. Welcome in.
Oh God!
We are currently live on YouTube.
Well, I gotta fix that afterwards. I think we just got raided on Twitch. How's it going? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. I'm currently live on YouTube. I'm spilling some tea right now, but I'm currently live on YouTube. If you would like to come say hi to everyone, that's where literally my entire community is. But let me send you this. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Easy the Bat. How's it going? But yeah, anyways. So, okay, forgive me. Forgive me for what the tea I'm about to expose. Okay. Hey, Easy, how's it going? So my friend, who who had a very interesting night with the TA, okay, was also a little bit drunk. So she had to call someone. And by the way, guys, back then we had taxis. Like, Uber wasn't like a big thing back then. We had taxis. My friend did not have a taxi. She had her mom. She had her mom. And guess who picked her up from the bar? Her mom. Yes, it got worse. So after the night with the TA, she called her mom to come get her. No, during the night where the TA and her were having a moment, she called her mom to pick her up. The TA was also drunk. And guess who went home together? Yes, in fact, she had her mom drive our TA home. She had her mom drive the TA home with her. Yeah. The mortifying dilemma. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, the ride home was very awkward. She also drove us home, by the way, like me and my other friend. She drove us home as well, so God bless her. But I have... I sat there. I sat there in the back seat and I watched as her mother started wondering who her new boyfriend was. Wondering who this new boyfriend was of hers. And it was the most awkward situation I've ever seen. She was mortified. You know why? Because her mother has very high standards. Her mother was like, you know, my daughter goes to the University of Calgary. She's studying engineering. Like, she's a very sweet girl. You know, back when she was young, she did etc., etc., etc. There was divulged information that I never needed to hear. There were things about we were young adults, right? We were and you know, like, Asian parents are very like very protective, if you will. I learned about what her first period was like. I learned about her first kiss. I learned all these things, these mortifying details. I learned about when she went to the movies for the first time on a date and her mom accompanied her. I learned about how she used to practice kissing on pillows. I learned shit I never needed to know. I learned shit about her I never needed to know. But guess who also learned all this stuff? The TA. And through this entire drive home, the TA and her mom bonded. They bonded. Mortified. Every time. Okay. They bonded. Yeah. My heart goes up. No, Boxy. The conversation steered in a direction was like, oh yeah, you should come over for dinner. oh, you should. I have so many pictures of. I was gonna say her name. I have so many pictures of beep. Like you would love her, and he was like, oh yeah, she seems like such a sweet. I would love to. They bonded. They bonded, guys. I know. Massacre. Massacre, don't take away my punchline. Don't take away my punchline, Massacre. She didn't have a boyfriend after that night. She had a potential new father-in-law. She guess who started dating her mom? Guess who's stepfather? Guess who started dating her mom? That is the worst. I can't even imagine. Her mom was a cougar. No, she was mortified. She was mortified. I can't even live in her shoes anymore. This was mortifying. And guys, when they started dating, that's when we needed the exams. Okay? No, the TA didn't sleep with the daughter. No. The TA didn't sleep with the. They just kind of like they met up at a bar, right? And he was kind of giving her a life story. He was going through a rough time, but they didn't really date. They had a situationship. But the TA started dating her mom, her mother. So back to what happened. Okay, now that we all understand what had happened to her, okay, and why talking to the TA was such a it was a big deal. We needed the test. We needed the previous year's tests, right? And so we had asked her to go ask her step TA. we had asked her to just to pop in there and be like, hey daddy, like what's up? Let me get... Her mother's boyfriend, exactly. Anyways, she got the test results. The TA was super cool. Okay, the TA was super cool. He had given her last year's exam, and he was like, he's a super cool guy, by the way. I would never date him, and I would never let my mom date him, but he was a super cool guy. Step TA, what do you not know? Please, buddy. Anyways, back to the main point of this story. Now that we're all on the same page here, okay? Back to the main story. So she got this exam, right? She got the last year's exam, and we weren't the only ones who were struggling. Okay, I think you've lost the main story. The TA is now the main story. We weren't the only ones who were struggling. Okay, we weren't the only ones that were struggling. Don't worry, we'll get back to Period Girl, and then we'll get back on track to the side story. Okay, because apparently everyone likes the side stories. What happened? Oh yeah, right. So, we weren't the only students struggling, and and so she got the quiz, the last year's exam, right? And a lot of people had asked her for a copy of it, and she's like, "Yeah, you can have a copy of this exam, but you cannot send this to anybody else. Okay, you cannot send this to anybody else," because the TA had asked her. He's like, hey, like, you can't send this out to anyone else. Like, I'm I'm your stepdaddy. Like, you can't send this out to anybody else. And she's like, yeah, I promise. You know, just like my closest friends will have a copy of this thing. So a lot of people came up to her and asked her for a copy, right? And obviously, they betrayed her. Obviously, they betrayed her. Okay? And one of the people who had come up to her to ask and beg for a copy, and this is before we knew he was the mooch. Okay? This is the first year, so we didn't know he was the mooch. Was the mooch. The mooch came up and asked her for a copy of her quiz. And this is where I learned this method from, by the way. She was super careful about who she gave out the exams to. That at the bottom of every single quiz that she sent out via email, she actually modified each one to have white text at the very bottom of the page. Just like PDF printed in, white text of who she was sending this to. So if it did get out, she would know exactly who betrayed her. Okay? She knew exactly who betrayed her. So the mooch got a copy, obviously. And we found out that this freaking mooch had taken that copy of the exam and he had sold it to other students on campus. He had sold it to everyone. He was like $5 each. He made a killing because he sold so many copies. I know, right? So she found out. She found out who the mooch was. And so obviously the TA caught wind of this, right? Yeah, I know, right? So we have like evidential proof that the mooch did this, but he didn't do anything illegal technically. He just, you know, like he shouldn't have got it in the first place. But yeah, that's how we discovered he was the mooch. He was that guy on the year. Fate to the Babo. What's up, bro? What's up? How's it going, man? But yeah. So that's another technique for you guys. If you're looking for like, oh, why is the sun so bright today? Oh my lord. If you're looking for a way to like watermark your stuff, like white text on a like white piece of paper, super smart as well. But yeah, anyways. All right, last story before we start building this thing, because I actually do want to build this thing today. Today's a tea day, guys. Damn, today's tea day. So the uncomfortable part of all this is I can totally see my mom do. No, not your own mom. Let me tell you guys about who here wants to hear about Period Girl. All right. Who here wants to hear about Period Girl? We're so hydrated with all this tea. Yeah, I've seen some shit. I'm scared but ready. You guys have never heard the story, have you? Period Girl. Let me tell you guys a story. Period Girl. All right, everyone buckle in. Okay. Period Girl. University. Year 1.5. Okay, this is summer school, by the way, because there's some classes that I failed during first year that I had to take in summer school. So this was during summer vacation. Technically, I was still in school because of summer classes. Anyways, let me get some music to just really set the mood here. Okay, let's see. Suspense. Yep. Mood. Yep. Mysterious. Yep. Here we go. Oh, dark. Yeah, dark and mysterious. Here it is. Here we go. Let me tell you guys a story about a girl. A girl I've dubbed Period Girl. Okay. Period Girl. Now, I was a junior in university. And so I went to a lot of parties. One party such where they had a party bus. Now, I was talking to this girl, codename Period Girl. We were having a good time. We had a lot of beer pong. We were pretty drunk until one of my friends yelled out, "Party bus is here!" So I was like, damn, we should get
Hello.
onto this party bus.
Welcome, Chaos crew member, Brandon.
We should get onto this party bus. And she's like, yeah, let's get onto this party bus. Let's go, woohoo! We got into this party bus and we were unsing away. And by the way, a party bus that has no seats. It only has poles. And it has lights on the inside. So we were just dancing on these poles, grinding on these poles. This is where it gets bad. I was unsing away. And she was grinding on my leg for the longest time. And then we arrived at our destination. It's like Club Cowboy or something downtown. I got off the bus. And my friends stopped and they stared and they looked at me and pointed at my pants. My white pants, by the way. And they're like, "What the hell is that?" I had the biggest, reddest mark on my white pants. I had the biggest. It literally looked like I just went through the OR. I went through an operating. I had so much blood on me.
Welcome, Chaos crew member, Barn Bunny.
We grinded for like 15 minutes on that bus. Oh God. I had her period blood all on my pants. I had period blood on me. Must have been embarrassing for her. No, she already went into the club. She was gone. I was a maxi pad for her. My pant leg was wrenched. I was the hyper absorbent variety. I was the mega pad. Guys, I was mortified. Absolutely horrified. I took off my pants. In the middle of the freaking road. I took off my pants. I just threw them in the garbage. I did not know what to do. And again, back then, guys, we didn't have like Uber and stuff. Okay? We had taxis. You know how hard it is to wave down a taxi without pants? Do you understand what it's like to stand in the middle of the street and be like, "Hey," without pants? I will never forget that day. Why is there happy music? I will never forget that day. True, depends on the symptoms each endures. Yeah, oh God. Yeah, it was. It would have been hard if it looked like you just committed a murder. Yeah, I mean, if you were a taxi driver, what would you accept? A pantless guy or a murderer? Like, you're 50-50 that they're both pretty bad. They're both pretty horrible. Ugh. I don't wear pants. I have no problem flagging down a taxi. That must be nice. Yeah, don't wear white trousers unless you bring spare trousers. You know, just No more bang bus. No, no, not the bang bus. just no. It's like a fart. You know, it's a natural phenomena. It's a natural phenomena, guys. It's sorry, I'm just reliving my past here. I'm reliving the tea here. White on any occasion is pretty much a power move. Yeah, I mean, it's the most dangerous thing you can do is to wear white. Yeah, more of the story, wear waterproof pants. Yeah, I should have got the never wet spray. I should have got that spray. Oh my god, could you imagine? I don't, just running off. Oh god, no. Never mind. Never mind. I can't even anymore. I can't. Guys, I never told her. I never told her what had happened to me that night. She disappeared from my life forever. I don't even remember her name, to be totally honest. Yeah, it was junior year was it not junior year? Freshman year was a whew, that was a year to remember. Anyways, let's build this thing, shall we? Let's let's actually build something. That might have been the best thing you could have done for her. I mean, you know what? If if this VOD ever gets out there someday and someone watches it and they're like, huh, I remember being on a bus with a guy who just disappeared. Just sorry. The truth is out there now. Running off in your socks and shoes. That's all I had. Socks and shoes, man. All right, let's build this thing. Let's build this thing. So, my main goal for today, guys, and I'm not sure if the lighting is a little too bright. Maybe I can bring down the exposure a little bit. Hold on. Let me adjust. Oh. Is that too bright for you guys? Too quiet? Too subtle? Hold on. How's that? Better? Worse? Kenny, what the heck? How's that? Yeah, that should work. But yeah, that's my tea for you guys. That looks okay? Perfect. Okay, that's my tea for you guys for the day. So, here's what I wanted to do today. Maker Mondays. I have these giant curtains here that literally, I mean, the window takes up the entire wall, which is nice. But every morning, I have to like wake up, physically walk over, and open the curtains. And I would like to automate that process. Okay. And the only way I have to automate something is to build a small robot of wood. A small robot to move the curtains back and forth. Okay, so I've got two ideas, and I can run it by you guys real quick. Two ideas on how we can do this. All right, let me open up this thing real quick. We'll go with this. Okay. How's that? Okay. Ow, that's bright. The holy sweet mama. Sorry, that was way too bright. There we go. Okay. So, I've got two ideas. Oopsies. Okay, two ideas. Dark mode, Kenny. Dark mode. My bad. Okay. So here's. Oh, wait, can I grab a? I don't need a tablet right now. Actually, where's my tablet? Hang on, let me grab a tablet real quick. So I want to build. Okay. Hopefully that'll do for now. Okay, so I have two ideas. Okay, so this will be idea number 1, and over here will be idea number 2. Okay, so here's my ideas. How it works is that there's a pole on the top like this. Okay, and this is where like the curtains and stuff they hang on these poles. Okay, like that. So these poles are the curtains, the curtain rods. My eyes. sorry. Now, I'll draw in yellow here. My first idea was to have a cabling system like this. And on this cabling system, I'd have a belt. Right? And on this belt, I would attach the curtain to this thing. Right? So that when the curtain and the belt moved, it would pull the curtain along with it. That's my idea number 1. I would also, for simplicity's sake here, here's the second curtain, right? I would also attach on the top belt, not the bottom belt, but the top belt, this one. That way, when this belt moves in one direction, you know, which it'll spin this way. Like so. Both of these curtains would go in opposite directions. Right? Pretty straightforward. That was the first idea I had. So I'd have just like a little belt on the top, and then I have like a little motor over here. We'll use green here. I have like a little motor system over here that would drive this belt. Right? Idea number 1. Idea number 2. Idea number 2. No belts? Belts are dangerous? Wait, belts are fine. Belts are fine. Idea number 2. Okay? And now this is an enlarged version of the idea. But I was going to do some sort of box like this. Okay? And in this box, I would have one wheel on the top. Okay? And this wheel would spin. It would spin this way or this way. And it would travel this thing across this. I would also add some sort of weight. Some sort of weight here. That way this weight holds it down. Belter snaps into my eye. Advanced tech, no. So I was like, I could just do that, and then like between the ringlets of the curtains, I could just have the curtains just like sit like this, and this can just sit in the middle between the curtains, right? And I could just have this run off like a, instead of having like we can just do like a small battery pack here, right? A battery pack, a 9-volt battery, just power this motor. And then we just have a relay that it's all wireless. Those are like the two things I was thinking of doing. Any other ideas? So if ever so slightly loosening tension, it might not be so bad. Yeah, I mean, what do we want to do? Do you want to do number 1 or number 2? Kenny, there's something like this already. Oh shit, really? Am I reinventing the wheel? What the? SwitchBot curtain opener. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, well, you know what? It's not about buying it. It's about making it today. Let's see. Idea number 3: used 2 linear actuators so you can open each curtain independently. I would need really, really long traveling linear actuators, and those are quite expensive. Yeah. So linear actuators might be out of the question. Maybe make a light sensor so it automatically closes at night and opens during the day. Oh, ooh. Oh, I see. Like here we can have like a little light sensor, right? Ah, that's a good idea. That way when the sun is out, it turns on, and then when the sun is off, it just goes the other way. Oh, that's a good idea. Hold on, I have light sensors. We could just use those right away. Perfect. Okay. That's a good idea. Oh yeah, look at that, he says. Even has a solar panel so you can attach it so it trigger when the sun hits it. It's already invented? Oh, jeez. Okay, we're making it. We're making it now. The only problem with the DIY sensor, you might have to fine tune it so it doesn't pick up local lights by mistake. Oh, I don't know about fine tuning it. My solution to that would just be to put tape, translucent tape over it, so that it reduces the intensity. A timer might be better. The timer would be better for stormy days and cloudy days. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I guess so. You know what? Okay, let's do that. Instead of the sun system, because I think it's a cool idea. Let's go timer. That way I can control when it opens and when it closes. I can also, with the timer system, just make it into a smart plug. Like a smart switch. That way, when I leave the house, right? Yeah. When I leave the house, like with a GPS fence, right? It'll close. Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, when that'd be fun. When I leave the house, it closes. Kenny, the actuators don't need to be big. Just use a pulley system. A pulley. Oh, that's too many parts. Reduce, simplify. You might have better hooking up with a ESP3302. Ah. I will look into that. Today we're gonna try to prototype it. I like this. Okay, so the question is, do we go with the pulley, like the belt system? Do you guys like number? Okay, do you guys like number 1 or number 2? Let's see. Boop. Number 1 or number 2? Make it a start. Yeah, I think we're gonna go make it a. We're gonna go with the smart home application route. Number 2 is better. Number 2 is better. I think we could do number 2. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm kind of down with this. Number 2 is the more common design on the market. Yeah, I think we're gonna go number 2. It also means that I don't have to drill holes. So this one over here, no holes. I don't have to drill holes in the wall, right? It looks like I can make it into a standalone. Standalone. And it's just battery powered. I can make that. All right. All right, number 2 it is. Number 2 it is. Do, do, do. Dun, 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 dun. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry. My bad, my bad, my bad. Love you guys, my bad. My rectacles, ow. The beacons, not the beacons. All right. If we're gonna go with number 2 then, okay. I understand. Okay, so if we're gonna do number 2, we're gonna prototype it today. Okay. Thank you for considering our ours. Sorry, apologies. So here's what I'm thinking. Here, we gotta go. We're gonna go like it's gotta be some sort of like hanger, right? And like the reason why I wanted to do more Maker Mondays, like making projects, it's more important to try to problem solve things in the process of problem solving than it is to have like a perfect end product, right? Because it allows us to start thinking more critically about the things that we do. So I'm thinking to start, I think we just have one wheel. A one wheel system that spins one direction for now. Maybe some push rods with a slight curve. Push rods, what do you mean? Because if this is going to be... This is the rod here, right? This is the, oopsies. This is the travel rod. Well, who am I playing heart tag with? Yeah, who's playing heart tag with Lynn? So you need to have 2 if you have 2 panels. Yeah, I'd have to have 2 of these, right? So for one for each side. But I'm thinking we could just start prototyping with one wheel. We might need some sort of like support system for the bottom here. Like, I wonder if do you think we'll need 2 wheels that spin in opposite directions, or is that overkill? I guess we're not dealing with that too much weight, right? So I don't think that'll be necessary. We do need like we need to be like a cantilever sort, so we need some sort of a weight down here, right? Not too much weight to like droop the bar, but enough weight so that this thing stays on a level. But it needs to be able to rotate both ways, doesn't it? For opening and closing. Yes, so I'm thinking here, right? We do a simple DC motor. And with a DC motor, we can actually just swap the negative and positives to make it go opposite directions. And I can show you guys how to build a relay that's super simple to have it just turn on and off things to swap the polarity of your motor and your power source. A free spinning wheel that has some slight tension. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like something down here needs to have some sort of like, I don't know, like a tensioner. Something that tension key to hold tension, right? The weight will be the battery. Oh! Yeah, you know what? That's good. I like that idea. The weight can be the battery. Ah, that's a good one. Because, yeah, if I were to extrapolate this over... Actually, That's too hard to see. One sec. Let me do this better for you guys. Here we go. If I were to extrapolate this over, like so, right? This will be the side view here. Let me just grab this. Boop. Boop. Yep. And then, yep. So I'm just erasing some of this here. Okay, so if I were to extrapolate this over, right? This guy here would be the pole. I'm thinking it'll be some sort of like hanging system. Something that encapsulates it. This is a side view, by the way. I'm thinking something like this. Right? And then this could be the wheel on the top. Yeah. That looks pretty good. You could do two wheels that they're opposite. Yeah, I think maybe we'll have to do... You know what? Let's just try first. We're going to try one wheel first. And if one wheel works, then we got it. I'm also going to remove this panel here. Because we need to get this thing on and off of the system, right? So... yeah, it'll be something like this. That way, this thing can leave and enter. What's up, Alex? That way you don't have to take off. Yeah, we don't have to take the rod off. That's a good point. That way it's like a hanging system, right? We can always add more upgrades later. Okay. I think that'll work for now. The tensioner, we'll have to see how that works out. Well, let's get the weight, the body, and the wheel going first, yeah? Sound good? I'm gonna show you guys something cool. I'll show you guys something cool. So this is how I prototype all my stuff. One sec. Okay. Whoever said Legos and stuff were useless has never used them to prototype stuff. This is like, oh look, it's Kashiru. This is a big old box of just parts and stuff that are easy to construct with. And look at that. Oh, we already have a motor. That's sick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this as our way to prototype our system. These are just straight up just DC motors. So we're gonna build this right now, and hopefully we can start testing with it. Ugh. That'll be today's stream. Okay, Kenny. You have this guy. All right. So if you want to make enough room, we can do small adjustments by sliding the tensioner wheel up and down and tighten it when it's right. Yeah, I'm thinking that we... Okay. This is just a big old like container of just like nuts and bolts and etc. We're gonna need all of it. So, first things first. I'm just gonna grab this wheel here. This guy will be fine. Doo, doo, doo. I need a pole. Where's that pole I found the other day? Hold on. Oh, I've always got a nice thick pole laying around. Okay, so here's the game plan. We're going to stick this pole in this hole like that. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, that brings back memories. Okay, so here's the game plan. Not the stripper pole my dad got. don't let him see it. So here's just a simple, just like a wheel, right? It's just like a simple DC wheel. And I'm thinking just like that. Something to just like roll on top of this bad boy, right? But in order to have that, we need to have it at the... Oh, wait. Oh, this is kind of rough. We can probably take this apart, actually. What memories? Yeah, when we had the BBC. The big black containment unit. Get your head out of the gutter. So we need to build that U-shaped thing, right? The U-shaped thing. Okay, let me see for what parts do I have in here to build a U-shaped thing. Memories, you say? Yeah, memories, you know? Memory lane. Oh, wait. Alright. Step 1 to prototyping. Just start putting shit together. It's like Legos, you know? It's like, who here remembers playing with Legos? That's it. That shit was good. There we go. I think that's good. But yeah, I always start off with a simple prototype. Yeah, I know, right? This is all Meccano. This is so good. Such an easy way to just like put together ideas, you know, to see if things work. Try something new. I'm thinking that this will have to, because okay, here's the limitation of what I have, right? The wheel here is attached to this giant brick, right? How do we, I guess it would be like this on top, the wheel, or I guess it'd be like this. No, it would be like this, right? That sounds about right. For a moment, it seemed like the motor was magnetically attached to the pipe. Maybe, yeah. I was like, if I put the driving force underneath this thing, what'll happen is that I'll need something to force it to connect upwards, right? But it'll center all the weight in the bottom. Okay. All right. I used to make giant roller coasters. Oh my god, I love giant roller coasters. That shit's so good. Use up to apply position. Yeah, to apply pressure. Yeah, I think because if I have it really tall though, what'll happen is I'll need the bottom part to be lower in order to lower the center of gravity. But if I have it hanging below and I have enough tension, I might be able to get away with, you know, not having it above. Maybe. But hey, you know what? That's the beauty of all this. It's all about trying, seeing what works, and trying some more, right? No rules, no definitive yeses and nos until we try it. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, I'm just gonna quickly build like a small little thing. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna build that L shape that we had. Use casters on top part. About 5 should do it. Casters on it. Yeah, okay, that looks... Prototypes, people. Prototypes. Yeah, that should do it. Dun dun dun. It was my fix for when I needed to go to gravitating around the country. Theme parks with your grandparents? That's so cool. As for counterbalance, yeah, it really depends. It depends on like. Let me just build this and then we'll see where we're at. I'll be super quick. I just super quick here. And then we can build on our all the things that happened to us. Okay, Kenny. So we have one piece like that. One piece like that. Yeah, yeah. What's the worst that could happen? I'm just kind of using random pieces right now, but we're doing proof of concept here. Proof of concept. Okay. I just need a bit of a longer boy to span across the top. Nope, not long enough. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. There's a long boy. All right. So here's what I'm thinking, guys. I just made like a little box. Super simple box, right? But if I run it through my pole like this, I should be able to at least try this. Yeah. And if I... Yeah, that feels like there's a lot of tension there. Maybe I'll do like a offset hole or something. Just squeeze it in there. Yeah, offset hole. Okay. Everyone loves a good, strong offset hole. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, that thing, dude, that thing is sucking that hole so hard. Oh, beautiful. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that thing is, oh. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. You want a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of wiggle room. I think that's kind of tight, actually. It's a little bit tight. Okay. Let me grab a nice little battery here. just gotta grab some. Aha! Okay. So, I just got a nice little 9-volt battery here. So, in theory, if I just, what's the polarity on this thing? I don't know. Fuck it. All right, test number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh! There we go. Yeah, baby. Hey, oh, yeah, look at that. She's a little jittery. Okay, let's see. What do we need? She a little bit, you know, she a little bit like you know, like a little jerky. She a little jerky. She doing her best. She's like, we need to make her smoother. She a little bit janky. Okay, but that's the basic theory behind all this, okay? So I'm thinking that we she's weird, but she works. She's weird, but she's ours. So if this is how the motor is gonna move back, she'd be grinding like period girl. No, please. Every time I look at this, it's gonna be horribly wrong. I kind of like that. She's a little bit like a yeah. So I think we're gonna fix that by, okay, let me show you this. So this is how the motor is kind of on there right now. It's super janky, right? I'm thinking we center that first. All right. Let's put this, shove that rod back in there. Yeah, good girl. Let's center that first. The sound it makes reminds me of my first text-to-speech. Please, please don't say that. 3 wheels, like a 3D printer. 3, oh. Okay, would more wheels help the situation or hurt the situation? With 3, do we need more wheels? Is more wheels more power? Okay, I like it on the bottom as well. You know, I'm a power bottom. I think having this wheel on the bottom is the way to go. But we need some way to have it so that it centers on the wheel itself. If it's angled, you'd have one driving wheel and better apply force. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so here's one of the things. If I put it straight like this, you see how the wheel doesn't have any sort of attachment? The wheel doesn't have any sort of friction to activate, right? It's just literally like millimeters off. But the cool thing is, with the way it's designed, if we tilt it backwards a little bit like that, I think we can make this our traction control system. I'm thinking of some kind of sleeve that fits inside the hole but follows the shape of the tube. You want to put a sleeve on this bad boy? A sleeve. Okay. Sleeve. If they're angled, you'd have one driving wheel and apply better force. Kenny, smaller wheels with a few rubber bands behind them like tracks. Plus traction. One driving wheel, rubber band. Interesting. More like a ski blade to better guide without so much jitter. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, let me tackle one thing at a time. Let me just get it straight on there first. Let's just take a look first. What that would look like, yeah? Oh, wait. Oh my god, wait. That thing might just like... Oh no, it's just... Oh, the big black tube is just a little bit too big.
Hello.
And
Welcome.
black.
Here's crew member, Blue Moon.
Hey, Blue Moon, hey, Lurking, how's it going? Can it be modified? We could modify it. Let me see if there's a way to do it without modification. Hold on, more parts. More parts. How's it going, Blue Moon? I have an idea. Sand down the hole a bit. We might have to. But let me try this first. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna throw on some random pieces to try to accommodate this this project here. Oh wait. Ooh. Perfect. Careful, one. He has. What do you mean careful, everyone? Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. Dun, 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 dun. If it doesn't work, we sand it down. We sand it down like it owes us money. Man, my place is bright. Is this too bright for you guys? Is the background too bright? Is it too bright? It's a little bright, isn't it? Damn it, why do I live in the sun? Why couldn't I just live in the dark? It's fine by me? Okay. I'm thinking. What if? What if I just do this? Yeah. Okay, that might not work, but that's okay. Okay, just right there. Okay. Sometimes maybe good. Sometimes maybe not so good. Don't even stress about it. Okay, so here's what I did. I simply just made the pipe bit tighter. And by the way, guys, at the end of all this, we'll just 3D print our own parts. So these ones aren't really important at all. It's more important that we are getting the ideas right, you know? An idea is really important here. And then everything else we will 3D model, and then we'll just print out our own parts, you know? And the holes will all fit. It's a prototype, yeah. Okay, so here's what I did. I slapped in more parts. So I made this hole here. See this hole? I made this hole fit it's just big enough for the black pipe now. So in essence, if I do this, it should just fit there perfectly. All right, testing, people. Okay. All right. Could you do how Ender does the 3D printer for the X-axis with the belts? Yeah. All right, testing. in 3, 2, 1. Hi! Oh! Oh, that was kind of sexy, actually. I thought it was really sexy. Hold on, I'm trying to get these wires into this hole. Oh, that was kind of nice. Yeah, that's that's what I like to see every morning. Just a curtain doing this. Okay. Here's our first problem here. We have zero traction. Zero traction. But I'm thinking that we build it so that it's got a little bit of a canter on this. Just like that. So it has a little bit of a back tilt. See, when it's hanging straight down, right? Nothing. But if there's a little bit of a, you know, when she throws it back a little bit, there's a lot more tension up in here. I'm thinking that might be the ticket right there, folks. And then we can use elastic bands to be the tensioner. I am kind of down with that. Throw it back, girl. Yeah, throw it back. That's the secret right there. Just, I'm always throwing back. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What if you open up that hole and added a spring tensioned wheel on top to counter it? Idea number 6, man. Get a girlfriend and ask her to open the curtains. No, we design our own. Because at that rate, you're begging for friction to wear the tube in the frame. Oh. Yeah, you know what? We might need to add a wheel to the top of this, eh? I think you're right, Lynn. I think you're right. Oh, Kenny, you've seen those carts that older ladies use? The one in the street to take their food home, right? The one with 3 wheels stacked on top of each other? No, advanced tech. I know the carts you're talking about, but I don't understand the 3 wheels. I'm thinking 2 wheels might be best. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right with the 2 wheels. Because this thing would just keep dragging over time and like there's no lube, right? So it's just like raw climber. You know, there's like raw dogging, you know? Like this thing is it will wear out the pole. Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, wheels. It'll wear over time, yeah. What if we redid this? And what if we instead put the wheel on the top? If we put the wheel on the top, that should alleviate our problems, right? Theoretically, it should alleviate our issues. We put the wheel on the top. You still need something to help glide with extra tension. Oh, advanced tech. That's what you're talking about. A triple wheeler. And then the shaft goes in the middle? Oh. I see what you mean. Oh. Okay, I guess here's the other problem. With your idea, I think that's a brilliant idea. But look at this. How do we keep it straight up? Or how do we keep it aligned? How do we keep it aligned? Right? I mean, like, we could add a weight on the bottom to counterweight this, but then again, think about this. If we're adding extra weight, there's extra weight on the curtain rods as well, and they'll bend over time. Where else is the shaft supposed to go? The wheels are angled towards the shaft so it keeps them all aligned. 22.5 degrees. Oh, interesting. So you're talking about having it like this. Like one wheel here, and then one wheel here. Is that what you're talking about? I see. There's gotta be... I guess in a way I can get smaller motors, right? The big question is, will it work? So the wheels hold the shaft and wear evenly. It's so hard to explain in words what I got in my head. Okay, Lynn, try. Try me. I'm all ears. I'm ready to imagination. Okay. The motor itself is kind of not the right type to use for this though. Yeah, it's not the right type. But I kind of want to get a design, and what I'll do is I'll just print out the motors and everything, all to fit this thing better. Like, the big question is, like, should the wheel go on top? Should the wheel go on the bottom? Do we need extra wheels? I do think you're right that we need some sort of like bearings on the top to prevent wear and tear on the rod. I didn't think about that before. So we need wheels on the top to make sure that we don't wear the rod down, right? But we also need... I'm a full-on two-wheeler believer. Yeah? Okay, let me get two wheels. Drive the wheel on the bottom and the bearing to help with traction. Okay, so we'll do drive wheel on the bottom. Like we had it like this. The drive wheel on the bottom. Depends on what weighs more. If it goes on the top, then it means you can get away with some form of freewheeling wheels or bearings to support kind of on the pole. Ah, okay, I see. Okay, well, let me just... Sorry, I'm just shoving this rod into my backpack here. Because as of right now, this thing is... It's just free sliding. Right? It's like those curtain holes that use beads to slide across the shower rod. To use lube, yeah. Yeah, it'll be harder for me to lube it than to just open the curtains manually. Let's see. Like, use those curtain rod hooks that use beads to slide across the shower. Oh, you mean... Oh. I could just add like a little... Ah. How about these? Yeah? On a rod like this? And then have it slide around the top like that? Okay, I understand. I understand the assignment. Okay, I understand the assignment now. I don't understand. I understand. Okay. Oh, yeah. Get your ass over here. I need you. All right. Everyone, he understands. Thank you, Blue Moon, for that confirmation. Put those at an angle opposite the drive wheel so it helps. Got it. Opposite the drive wheel, so in this case on the top of the shaft. And ha. Got it. I understand. Okay. Everyone, he understands. See, it's clicked. I repeat, it has clicked. Your idea has transferred. I've got the idea in my head here. Top left and right sides of the shaft. Top left and right sides of the shaft. Top left and right side. All right. Top left and right sides of the shaft. Top left and right sides of the shaft. Top left and right sides. Top left and right sides. Oh, okay. Top left and yes. Yes, top left and right sides. Top left and right side. Sorry, I'm repeating it to myself so I know what I'm doing here. I promise you guys. Top left and right sides. Top left and right sides. There we go. Do 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 do. There we go. Hold on, we're just putting the structural integrity supports in. Okay. Lynn is you are one smart cookie out here. You are smart. SMRT. Smart. Not like me. I am struggling. ST uggling. redesigning. We need to get rid of this. Okay. That looks good so far. I need another rod. Okay. Do you have a talent for MacGyvering? Honestly, me too. Sometimes I just like to tinker, you know what I mean? I'm a tinkerer. Not really like a... I guess I'm just a tinkerer. I'm a tinkerer type. Okay. Nice. And we're just gonna attach these guys together so that they are a good. Sorry, give me a second. Tinkering is fun. Tinkering is really fun, actually. Tinkering is like... It's like... It just gives me... It lets my mind be creative, you know? I don't have to stress about stuff. And plus, if you make something cool, it's like you gotta take it home, you know? It's like those school days. You just gotta take shit home. Okay, so... Oopsies, that's not gonna work. Oopsies, one sec. One second. I messed it up. I got a question though. What the heck am I listening to? I feel like at some point in time something happened to what I'm listening to. You just can't fulfill me? Yeah, what am I listening to? What Okay. Let me change that song. Okay, so if we're gonna go ahead and do this thing, then we're gonna need there we go. That makes a lot of sense now. So I now have a little bit of an extra support in the backside. And what I'm thinking of is we throw this onto the rod, and then this thing becomes the new tensioner. If I stick my tool through this hole. Yeah. And then we can replace the top thing. We can replace this top bar with just a pole, and then have it be the bearings. Yeah. That seems like it'll work. Huh. That's not bad. Lightly tensioned. So if I go bam. Hey! Hey, that's clean! Yo, that's clean! Huge, humongous, among us. Wait, that's sick! Okay. May require more stabilization. Maybe a little bit of stabilization. But, I mean... I like that. I like that bar in the back. Ooh, that is really nice. Hey! Okay! So we can leave the motor on the bottom and just have the tensioner bar hold it on top. Oh yeah, it even has, oh, he can even push. Push! Okay, maybe not push, but that should be enough power to move a drape, right? I think that's enough power to move a curtain. You know what? We should just test it on the curtain right now. You know what? Let's test it on the curtain right now. All right. We're gonna go straight into testing here. Oh wait. Oh crap! Advanced Tech. We forgot to make it so that we can attach it and detach it easily. We forgot about our detachment situation. Okay, one sec. We're just gonna raw dog attach and detach. Hold on. I'm gonna move the camera in just a second here. We're just gonna try it first. It should connect. Oh god, no. Oh shoot. Uh-oh. It's too big. Okay, it's too big. This whole contraption is a little bit too big. So, okay, proof of concept though. So we have it. Okay, I got it now. Okay. The contraption is a little bit too big. So what I did was I just took it apart. I tried to put it over the pole and then reconnect it like that. But this whole thing is just way too big. So we need to slim this guy right down to make it work. Yeah, he'll have to get slimmed right the heck down. But hey, you know what? Proof of concept. Okay, so let's design this real quick here while we still have brain cells. And that way I can just start printing it. Okay, so dun dun dun. Measure first. Yeah, measure first. For those of you who don't have AutoCAD, which is a lot of people, I'm actually not going to use AutoCAD. I actually have a solution for us. Have you guys ever used Tinkercad? It's a free online AutoCAD that allows you to create and build objects in 3D space. You ever tried it before? If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it because it's pretty darn cool. Dun, dun, dun. I use Autodesk Inventor. Oh, that's a good one too. There we go. So this is Tinkercad. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, baby. So what this allows you to do is basically just grab blocks, right? And we can use this as our prototype machine. So this is counting in millimeters. So I'm thinking that we need to have 2 walls like this. Okay. And then we're just gonna elongate it like that. Right? And we can delete this for now. So the motor runs on the bottom. The motor runs on the bottom area, and then on the top area, we can just have it that counterweight system. Oopsies. All right. So perfect. So I'm thinking on the top here. So what I had before, I will just extend this in the back here. Oh wait, no, we can't do that. Measure your curtain rod. Ah, you're right. Time to measure up. Okay. $20 millimeters. 20 millimeters. So I need to make this 28 because there's 4 millimeters on each side. There we go. That means the center will be 20 millimeters. Exactly. Oh, perfect. So I'm thinking this goes over the top, right? What we actually need to do is need to replace this guy with a cylindrical rod. Right? And it needs to be 4 by 4. Because I'm gonna go with the lens idea. I'm gonna have this thing carry us a couple of the ball, like the washers, if you will. So the washers will go along this guy. Pretty straightforward, right? The motor goes on the bottom, the washers are there. We're actually going to move this forward so that we have backwards sway on the entire unit. And then, oh, this is where it gets interesting. We're actually gonna just bump this up a little bit. And then we get to pull this backwards. Because, as we've just seen in our little experiment, we need to have this thing contain a hole. Yeah, this is like super easy, quick prototyping, you know? I get that question all the time when people are like intimidated to try something. It's really not that bad at all. The worst that can happen is that you have to print it again. But here we go. So I have that pin, right? And again, this pin here, I'm actually going to make it separate. So I can just pull this pin in and out like so. Cool. And then back here, I'll have another thing where it's this thing's another pin. So we can do 4.5. All right, 4.5. Here we go. So I'm actually just going to move it like that. And this pin will be separated. But all of this here can be merged together. And now we have... Oh no, they need to be... Sorry, one sec. They need to be connected. Oh wait, no, they'll be connected by the motor, via the motor. Yeah. Down here. Bada bing, bada boom. This will be the base plate for the motor. Yeah. So this is how this is going to work. This little bracket here is essentially all we need. The motor is going to sit down here. So the motor is going to be in, let's call it green for us to visualize. All right. So this guy will be the motor. Cool beans. He'll sit right there and he'll push up on the pole. This rod here will be our sliding rod. It will move in and out of these holes and allow us to attach the system onto the actual curtain rod. Right, we need a second one of these. And we'll print these out separately as well. And same thing with the back here. But what I might do is I'm not sure how much tension this system needs. Right? So what I might do is instead of having it have just a one hole back here and just, you know, pray that it works. Let me do this. We're just going to make a bunch of holes. That way we can just, you know, we can just shove the rod in any of these holes. And we can just test them all. Yeah. Options are nice. Yeah, everyone loves a good, you know, option. Oopsies. Everyone loves options. There we go. So that way we can at least start trialing some of these. And then this guy is our motor, so he doesn't get printed in with this. All right. I think that's our starting bracket. And obviously this is going to change over time. This is going to have a couple renditions. But I think that's going to be our first rough prototype. So you should curve it. Oh, you mean like the rod in here, the top rod? Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Curve it on the top. Yeah, you know what? That way it has no wiggle room. Okay, that's a good idea. Good idea. Good idea. Let me curve it. Dun, 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 dun. Would it be easy to curve? Yeah, it should be simple to curve it. All right, so with Tinkercad, you kind of have to be creative about it. You can't just find every piece you need. Dun, 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 dun. Right, so this guy here is actually, let's call it 71 by 71, and then we can just oopsies. There we go. That looks pretty decent. It's a donut, yeah. All right, this is how we deal with our problems. You see this right here? We just cut it off. You know, if it isn't the most elegant solution, I know, but it will work for what we need. Quickly, people. I'm thinking that this should work. Dun, 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 dun. And we just need to cut the bottom off. Boom. Oopsies. Boom. A curved bracket. Oh. I kind of feel like that'll work. A small, subtle curve. Yeah. Thoughts? I'm kind of down with it already. Yeah, I like it. There we go. Do two of them? One on each end? Yeah. I think that's pretty good. And again, we're going to make options. So first of all, we need to have a copy of this guy because we need pegs, right? This actually becomes a hole. And then even the front needs to be its own little peg. And the thing with these holes, guys, is that they're angled, right? So the entrance and the exit for these guys are all at an angle. And make them screw hooks or something so it's easier to take them off. Macaroni? Oh, goodness. Don't even start with food with me. I'm weak. There we go. Perfect. Now we have angled holes with angled macaronis. Exactly what we wanted. Yeah, perfect. Dun dun. Thinking you could afford to lower those holes a bit for the inside, not to be seen on the edges. Thinking you could afford to lower those holes a bit for the inside, not to be so on the edges. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's I agree with you. I think we could lower the holes, but for now, let's print it and let's see what happens. Yeah? Mango Boy, thank you so much for being a member of the Chaos Crew. Actually, we had a ton of members. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I gotta say thank you to everyone. For a prototype, this is good. Yeah. We have a green is where our motor is, so we won't print that section. I'll just make it a hollow bit. Like the video. Yeah, like the video. All right. This is a, yeah, it's, and we'll do this. We'll do this. Because we need one for the bottom, right? We need one for the bottom to hold it in place. And we're just going to measure that real quick. Okay. 20 millimeters. Okay. And we need to make this into a hole. Bam. So this guy here is going to sit in that hole there. Right? Like so. Right? That guy will sit in that hole there. That will be removable so that we can put it on the rod. And then this guy here is our tensioner. So if it's out here, is low tension, right? Because that's how the cantilever will work. Low tension. And then high, like medium tension. And as it gets closer to the front here, it'll go higher and higher tension because of the angle of the angle of attack gets increased. Right? Because the angle of attack will be like this. But if it's out here like this, it'll be a lot more gentle. Right? This is a gentle curve. This is like a, what? A 20-degree angle. But here, we're talking closer to like a 40-degree angle. So, we'll use the moment force. Yeah. Let's see. Kenny, you may want to center the motor for future versions. Oh. I'm actually how do I explain this? Use the angle of the dangle to your advantage. Exactly. So what if I centered it, it wouldn't have any sort of angle. I can explain that better with the drawing. I can explain that better with in my drawing. Let me draw this for you. Boop. Let me explain this in the drawing. So what I'm doing is I'm actually going to use the just like natural gravity and the angle of the drop to my advantage. Let me just grab this. I'm going to put this tablet back in. Okay. So here's what I'm trying to accomplish with this, right? This is let's just use this for a second here. Imagine this is the pole, okay? This is our curtain rod. Oopsies. Right? If I have the machine, if I have the machine right here, oh god, maybe I should just use blocks. Okay, let me just use blocks. Yeah. Okay, so our first design is like this, right? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, wait, let me hold on, let me think about this. Yeah. Is that right? Hold on. It goes, the green will be our motor, by the way. If our motor is here on the rod, right, this is the green is our motor. Then if I add a hole here, that's our first tensioner, right? That's the curved part that holds it onto the top. While this thing is off kilter, hold on, wait. How did I design it? How did I design that? Oh, right. Sorry, this isn't right. Okay, this is our motor. Our motor is actually at an angle like this, right? Our motor is actually at an angle like so. And green's kind of hard to see, actually. That's okay. So green is actually our motor here. And since it's at an angle here, it pushes the mechanism this way. Weight and gravity pushes the mechanism this way. So it allows our rod here in the red to be the one that causes all the friction, all the tension to have there. This is all locked into place here, right? So it causes this red pole to push into the rod. That's what stabilizes it. Let's see here. I think that would only work if the bar had a way to pivot while being locked in place. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Hold on. I had it in my head for a second here. I'm not an engineer, but I'm not sure it's going to work because you don't have a pivot point. Well, see, our prototype worked. Where the heck did this go? Hold on, let me rethink the physics of this. Oh, okay, I see now. Okay, I see now. Sorry. I see now. Let me just erase everything. I see now. I see what's going on. Okay. So this is our curtain rod, okay? So I'm actually going to just use red to symbolize what's happening here. This is our first pivot point, right? That's just the front edge of where our rod is holding on. This is also going to be where the washers are going to be. The first set of washers, right? Our motor cage actually sits like this. Along this axis. And the actual wheel sits right here like this. Okay. Our pole, that little like shimmy that we had, is actually over here. Yeah, okay. And this is all connected, by the way. So like this is like this one here is connected over here to this guy. How much drag it adds? I don't know how much drag it'll add until we actually print it out and try. But I'm hoping that we can also add washers over here. Like with Lynn's idea. Right? Because the fact that if we push this thing this way and put it over here, it'll just increase the angle of attack. And therefore increase the how much the wheel grips onto the actual pole. No, I mean the shimmy acts another washer / drag point. Yeah. The shimmy acts as another washer / drag point. It does. I'm hoping that the washers will. I'm hoping that the washers will alleviate the drag. Hmm. Yeah, because I guess like if I'm looking at the moments, the like a free body diagram of all this, right? This guy has a force acting downwards. Because what I'm thinking that you might need to do is change where the different pinpoints to be along the motor part. Hmm. Yeah. Change where the different pinpoints to be along the motor part. Because if I put it in line, because right now what's happening is, okay, this front corner and this back corner are also they're all pushing down, right? And that's simply because this motor is weighing it down, right? So this thing is causing forces that look like this on both of these washers, right? But the fact that this thing is a little bit kiltered and off-centered also means that there's a small force doing this, right? There's a smaller force doing this, which means that there's an additional force acting on this guy, right? And an additional force acting upwards from this wheel. Because you want the drive wheel to be the pivot, not the upper part. Yeah, I'm not sure how I would do that. I'm hoping that this pinch right here, see this part right here, where the two forces are meeting and pinching, this is what holds the bar. This holds the bar right here. This pinching action right here. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. Because realistically there's no upper force here. Yeah. You know what? We might just have to print it and see what happens. We unrelated, but when thinking about when Kenny built Makeup Aru, good times. You remember Makeup Aru? Times were simple back then. We didn't have I didn't have to work through complicated physics. It was just a motor and a dream. Yeah, I think that'll be the solution here. But you know what? Let's do this. Let's print it and then see what happens. Oh, you want to move the motor. Oh, you want to move the motor shaft, the main motor shaft up and down. I'm trying to keep the motor stationary and then move the washers to adjust the angle. Yes, this is honestly, we might just have to print it. Let's print it and then we'll adjust. Because the motor is your weight, which makes the most sense to move. Yeah, I guess it wouldn't really affect the center of gravity since it's below the bar anyways. Right. Oh shit, it's already 5:15. Crap. I got lost in the sauce. The proverbial sauce. Oh, wait, why did it get so dark all of a sudden? Uh-oh, one sec. That should be better. Okay. Just fix out how much pressure it applies. The sun has turned off. Oh, the natural sun. I need to figure out how to make use of that with the stream. But anyways, guys, here's what I'll do. Here's what we'll do. Because I think there's things to be learned, and there's things to be tried, and there's failures to be had. But here's what I'll do. Okay, here's what I'll do. I will print out our first prototype. Yeah, I will print out the first prototype, the one that we just designed together, and we will see how it works. Because there's no better way than to just try, right? We're going to print it out and then we're going to see how it works, and then we can make adjustments to our design after the first print. Cool beans? Because there's something to be said about moving the motor. But if I can avoid moving the motor, it's just like one less point of failure. You know what I mean? But if it's our best solution, then it's our best solution. Yeah. We're all the mooch, not the mooch. I feel like I have nothing valuable to contribute to this project. Oh no, I'm the mooch. When you have to question if you're the mooch, you are the mooch. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that has been it for today's stream, guys. I hope you guys had fun today. I hope you guys had, you think electromagnets? You know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, I hope you guys had a fun day today. I hope you guys had a wonderful Monday. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do Makers Mondays. I'm gonna try to, you know, flex my creativity and my brain cells to try to do something else on Mondays. That way I'm not like bogged down trying to like do like regular things all the time. You know, it helps to make my mind more sharp. Keep it active. Keep it fresh, you know, funky fresh. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a day for today's stream, guys. But guys, happy Monday. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you guys so much for listening to my tea. I had a lot of tea today. Today was a tea day. It was it was a tea day. But guys, thank you guys so much for joining me on Makers Monday. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. And guys, enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. I will see you guys on Wednesday for a new protocol testing. And we're going to try this new police system. I want to see if I can identify officers. We'll figure it out. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this stream. And I will see you nerds next time. Bye! I actually gonna spend some time fixing this too, because some of this doesn't work. Yeah, I'm gonna play some Power World too. Power World! Power World! Okay, hold on. Not the lowercase. Ah.